Saw her go into a hotel
Прошлым вечером
with
я видел,
Tiernan
как она
last
шла в
night.
отель с Тирнером.
They had booze in a
Они
paper
везли в
bag.
бумажном пакете выпивку.
He's your man.
Он, вот вам, он-то вам и нужен. Мне бутылку виски надо найти.
The regulars might have something else to tell you, but I don't.
Ну-ка, что у нас по уликам?
You're behind the wheel.
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
Only if I guarantee he'll walk.
Going to church doesn't make you a Christian any more than staying in the garage makes you a car.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Tarleton didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, yours is mortgage. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey. He'll have blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
You know anything about this mess?
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Colt Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6, 126 Yale Street, between Ord and Alpine.
Thank you.
What the hell is the LAPD up to these days?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends. On what? On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out. Straight on. Take the next right.
You nearly knocked me down.
Around to the right.
This town's dangerous!
Easy!
McCaffrey is in apartment 6.
Это очевидно, что он в 6-й квартире. Судя по всему, это 2-й этаж. Да.
Doesn't look like anybody's home.
О!
He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
И у нас есть книга.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you going to give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation at least.
Я еще толком не все осмотрел тут. О, вот она.
Doesn't give me anything to go on.
В смысле не поможет? Это ж бутылка.
Probably nothing. Incidental.
That's that cop. Seems like a decent guy. You think talk is cheap? Try hiring a lawyer.
Governor McCaffrey! Running on a hangover, McCaffrey?
Do not
sit
lose
down
that
and we'll
son of a bitch.
talk.
I'll go get our wheels.
You a runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
There he is, officer!
Give it up, LAPD!
McCaffrey, you're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. At least it wasn't that Dahlia fuck.
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
You sure you can make it stick with one of these suspects, gentlemen?
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. I think Jameson is an aberration.
All right. I'll deal with that degraded lunatic myself. He's got some fearful retribution coming. Tiernan isn't one, McCaffrey isn't two. I want a confession from one of them. Don't fail me, young Phelps.
Да чё всегда я? Ладно.
You really think I'm gonna squeal?
Сначала
That's correct.
с ним.
Why did you run,
Почему ты хотел
Tiernan?
сбежать?
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
Я думал, что так, ладно.
Can you describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
You were smoking a cigarette in the other room?
Keep lying to me and I'll have you charged and in front of a grand jury before your feet touch the ground.
How can you possibly prove Evelyn and I were more than friends?
Ну, показания, наверное.
Argue with something, or can I go back to sleep?
McCaffrey gave you up, Tiernan. He says he saw you go into your hotel with Evelyn.
I met Evelyn at the public library. We would read for a while and then go for a drink. Last night we went back to my hotel room and had some more to drink. I must have passed out. I woke up and she was gone.
What time was this?
Around midnight, maybe later.
And there's no one who can confirm this?
No, there isn't. I knew you wouldn't believe me.
Okay.
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once, laughed in her face.
You're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
Well, McCaffrey's been in trouble with the law before. I mean, he always makes out it was some kind of labor dispute, but you know, I'm not so sure.
Okay.
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
You're lying, Tiernan. You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
This is your automobile, correct?
She left, but
Она
she
ушла,
came
она
back.
вернулась и купила
She bought
тебе
you a quart of
бутылку
whiskey to
виски,
make it up to
чтобы
you.
загладить
She
вину.
told the liquor store
Так она
owner.
сказала хозяину магазина.
You're in deep
Ты
trouble,
помнишь, у тебя
buddy.
не приятель?
She said she
Она
loved me.
уверяла, что любит меня.
She wanted to
И
care
хочет
for me.
обо мне заботиться.
But she would never stop
А
talking
сама
about
вещи говорила об этом
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey was a writer, and McCaffrey was a hero. McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her?
Убил ее Тернин.
I might as well
Может и
have.
так.
I kicked her
Я
out.
ее выгнал.
She had nowhere to go.
Пойти ей было некуда.
Do you own a car,
Тернин, у тебя
Tiernan?
машина есть?
No, I don't.
Нет. А уж...
Have access to a lug wrench?
Ключ.
We use a lot
Мы
of them
часто им
to
пользуемся.
clear jams in the
Машина
pin-setting
сделана
machines.
на пике.
Is the captain in? See it or not, yes.
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment.
Сам он был на крыше.
McCaffrey was up on the roof.
Украла книгу.
Evelyn stole the book.
Кто пришел в ярость?
McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange.
Странно.
She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department at her old movie studio.
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
Тут сходиться.
Can you bring me the file?
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Can you take these braces off? They hurt. Negative.
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down with my sap.
Anyone seen where Miss
He's good looking for a policeman. Drunk, I'll bet. Or doped up.
I'm no yeg. I scat the scratch. Is that so wrong?
Well, this day was a total waste of makeup.
You gonna charge me with something, or can I go back to sleep? No way.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers.
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
Ну, я докажу, что...
You're going to have to do better than that, detective.
Блин, в смысле?
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and we found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
Ну, это ложь.
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
Обвинение твоего товарища.
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
Ну-ка.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
If you don't ask, you never find out.
And you have someone who can corroborate your story.
Unfortunately, no.
Parker or Green? I don't know who'd be worse.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thanks, ma'am.
Ладно, пойду поговорю с этим.
The thing was, he was a really nice guy. I felt lousy collaring him.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go, it's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning, very hungover. I thought Evelyn would come back.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
Хорошо. А что если я предоставлю тебе обвинение твоего товарища?
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey
На следующее утро меня
woke me up
разбудил
the next morning. And he showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box. And he said I came in with him last night.
принес их с собой накануне прихода.
He said that I killed Evelyn.
сказал, что это я убил Эвелин.
And then it was all over the radio.
Знает, и что он меня защитил.
And that he would protect me. And I don't know, detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. Was it me?
Это сделал я. Так, мне нужно с этим побазарить.
Wait here.
Жди меня здесь.
You left at midnight, correct? Afraid not. Say, do you fellas need me to stick around?
A little twist. She was 13 if she was a day.
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of violence towards women.
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
Твое прошлое скажет тебе все.
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet! I could have fought for this country! I could have...
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch! What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her!
Я вот не знаю, кого считать виновным. Либо вот этого, либо того человека. Так, давайте, мне надо подумать хорошенько.
I like you.
Так, вот сейчас вот реально вопрос на засыпку.
But I like you.
Либо Тирлера мне обвинять, либо вот этого. О, я даже не знаю. Ладно, вот этого обвиню, так уж быть.
Apologize immediately.
Сейчас выйду, зайду и его обвиню. А Тирлера мы отпустим.
Grosvenor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys, you bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot in the prison graveyard.
Похвально. Офигеть. Да 2500 автомобиль повредил. Зашибись просто. 2 улики не нашел и один ответ неправильно сделал.
We have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon's in worse shape. That medic is either crazy or the bravest man alive.
Then we rally with the first and try for the Nambus.
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nambus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant.
Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
We don't have time for this, Lieutenant.
What's your unit, Sergeant?
I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river.
My orders are to reconnoiter the...
I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Это как последнее дело за дело убийства.
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting he wouldn't forget.
No one else but the killer knew about this message.
Деваясь, они глядели в небеса, а музыка гремела и гремела. Я спрятался в фонтан в тени.
A skeleton goes into a bar and orders a beer and a mop.
Под зеленью листов неизбытых влаги.
Another snippet from the Shelley poem.
This guy must have escaped from the loony bin.
Поэзия Перси Пелешель. Не верь в торжество несовершенства. Прощай, виды черные, как ночь. Упорство невозможность превозмочь. Теперь любить и так жалеть блаженство, что солнце вспыхнет сквозь туман. И облесит отрава. На этом властвует титан. Лишь в этом жизнь, свобода, слава. Победа красоты, чистая держава.
To suffer woes which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Terrells murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start.
Looking in wonder,
fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in a public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want it
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Could it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain? Thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
I don't care. I don't go in for letting gangsters off scot-free.
I'm gonna make him take me to the pictures tonight.
Can you take these?
How bad is it? Come on, you can tell me.
I ain't talking to you.
Are you liquored up?
I think his name is Phelps. I read about him in the paper.
I want to make homicide. You know you've made it if you can get that desk.
All those cases, Rusty. What have I been telling you all along?
We've got to get this guy.
I know. Enough women have died.
Yeah, and it's our asses on the line too, Phelps. You heard what the captain said. The department is not going to take responsibility for all those bad convictions.
Success is a double-edged sword.
Let's just get this sick pervert and have it done with. So wait for the next turning and go right.
Right.
Whoa! This is terrible!
Rather you than me, Phelps. You know the local hobos use that as a latrine.
Мерцает от подрыва неземного. Звучит в фонтанках песни «Предпосление», стопного верха сходит вниз. Как серебро, как снега бриллианта, холодные спирали слезы гор.
There is a cave, all overgrown with trailing, odorous plants which curtain out the day. Where next?
I think he's a bit of a gangster, but he treats me nice.
Elizabeth Short. Betty Short.
Elizabeth Short's social security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out?
Можешь сообразить, что это означает?
You got a city map? See if you can work out where he's taking us. I don't like this freak leading us around by the nose.
I'm going up to the lakes to watch the races on Saturday.
A cigarette made better. Bullseye smokes better than other leading brands.
Him. It's really him, the fuck who killed the Dahlia. Can you believe this? He's leading us.
It's his game, Rusty. He may want someone to catch him, but he's extremely dangerous. I doubt if he will give up easily.
Suits me down to the fucking ground. We clip this fuck and we get citations. Ha! What a day to be a cop. That pencil-pushing Parker won't be able to shove me aside after this.
Okay, at the next corner, hang a right.
KGPL to all units. Citizen reports man with a gun. Union and Rockwood Street. Union and Rockwood Street. Unit to handle code 2. Identify.
Городской архив. 3 часа, 3 минуты.
Can I help you, sir?
Detectives, LAPD. This is very important, sir. How do we get to the top of the chandelier?
You what?
Have a little faith, pal. We're in a real hurry.
Head up to the top floor. There's an access panel and a ladder in the maintenance room.
Значки. Почему я только об этом знаю почти в конце игры? Потому что можно какие-то значки, блин, собирать дурацкие. 20 штук.
I'm going to memorize your name and throw my head away. I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
Let's go.
I'm going out there, Rusty.
Better.
Так, ёпт. Так, где поэзия свет, где скульптуры привет, где наука вздохнут усилия, ключевой водой и росой молодой освежает дедаловые крылья.
From the temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculptures and poesy. Where have I seen that? Deirdre Muller's missing watch.
Whoa! Jesus Christ, Cole, get off that goddamn thing!
Find a rope, Rusty!
There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it.
Swing, damn it! Come on, come on!
It's gonna go any second. Swing that goddamn thing and jump for it.
Понятно. Вот тебе и приключения на этой люстре дебильной.
Jesus Christ, Cole, get off that goddamn thing.
Find a rope, Rusty.
There isn't time. See if you can swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it.
Swing, damn it. Come on, come on.
It's gonna go any second. Swing that goddamn thing and jump for it.